What should society be less accepting of? People having phone conversations on speaker in public, or sitting your kid down with a YouTube video with the speaker on in public. I don't care that it keeps your kid under control. Every generation before this had to learn to behave in public without the help of a screen. Pseudoscience-based conspiracy theories. Every time my in-laws discover some new conspiracy science channel on YouTube, it becomes all they'll talk about for like 3 weeks. And I wish I could just smack that shit down as soon as they discover it. People using their religion as an excuse for their intolerant and shitty behavior, not vaccinating their kids or getting them medical treatment, or abusing them. No Jim Bob, I don't give a how much you pray and believe that you're going to be raptured, you still can't fire Sally because she likes girls. Yes, beating your kids with a paddle is abuse even if it's in the Bible. If little Timmy needs a blood transfusion to live, he's getting it, bitch. Domestic abuse towards men. Weirdo kiddie beauty pageants. Prescribing antibiotics like it's candy. My friend has a cold. Goes to an idiot doctor. She just gives her antibiotics which she takes until she feels better. Doesn't even take the full dose. The doctor is an idiot because most colds are caused by viruses and she doesn't order any tests. And my friend is an idiot because I told her 390,209 times about antimicrobial resistance and her answer is always, but my doctor gave me this and I felt better after a few days. Yeah, no shit, you feel better after a few days. That's because colds only last a few days and you would have felt better even if you hadn't taken the antibiotic. She does this 4 times a year and ruins her stomach in the process and doesn't realize how this can be dangerous. Stop taking antibiotics because of a cold. You have a viral infection. Smoking. I would support a smoking ban in all public places and around minors, pot included. Go ahead and consume pot and tobacco, but don't force the people around you to participate. There are alternatives to smoking both of these things, though of course chewing tobacco just moves the cancer risk to the mouth. Treating retail service workers like garbage. These people have zero control over their company's policies, but some customers think it's okay to take their frustration out on service workers in the nastiest of ways. The customer is not always right, and there needs to be less enabling and more shaming in response to Karen behavior. Political parties. Misinformation. It sucks that when someone posts something on social media that can be debunked with a 10-second Google search, and you point this out, you're the one who everyone will think is a twat. Laws that only exist to appease people of faith. For example, you can't buy alcohol on Sundays, in some states, because one interpretation of one passage from one book in the Bible suggests that it's a sin. Bitch, don't believe in sin, let me drink. Freedom of religion should be the same as freedom from religion. That it's necessary to have a family and kids to be successful and happy, when not everyone wants nor needs that, plus not everyone is fit to fill those roles. Planned obsolescence. The inability to accept that you are wrong. You are not the divine being that is all-knowing and is never wrong. Every single person can be wrong about something. Double standards. Rewarding bad behavior. Attending things despite being sick. Pushing through just gets everyone else sick. Getting a pet only to dump it in a shelter a year later when it is no longer convenient to have a pet. The low jail time some people get for things like murder and rape. Like WTF. But Jamie got 900 years for a controlled substance, weed. People excusing shitty behavior with it's just how they are. Okay, but that doesn't mean it's not bad. I don't care if your grandpa grew up in a different type. Still can't be using racial slurs. The expectation that employees be reachable constantly even outside of work hours or during paid, unpaid time off. It effectively creates a situation where you're on call 24/7. Rich people and politicians breaking laws as they please. Animal abuse. Pack mentalities. The lack of individualism and free thought is mind-blowing to me. Watching loud videos in public and disturbing everyone. Just use earphones or turn the volume down. Child beauty pageants. Alcoholism, specifically binge drinking culture. Built-in obsolescence. Products absolutely suck nowadays. Nothing lasts more than a few years. And that's entirely by design. All products should either be guaranteed through a significant period of time, or come with a sticker detailing its expected lifespan. Apple got fined for this just recently, but it's basically pennies compared to what they make. Older people demanding respect while showing none just because they are old. Using the phone while driving. More accidents occur because of phone usage than drunk driving. I don't want to get hurt because you had to text your boyfriend. Fake news and stupid trends. Not doing shit on group projects. Driving without glasses, if you need them. Where I'm from, the enforcement is thankfully strict, but I've heard mostly American people say stuff like, "Yeah, when I got glasses I was like, wow, I can see a lot better," especially when driving. I could see signs, like, 5 times as far away as normally, but like, who wants to wear glasses all the time? I even lost my pair, because I didn't use them. I'm sorry. No, you absolutely do need glasses. That's almost as bad as drunk driving, and it absolutely floors me how casually people seem to take the topic. Adultery and other forms of psychological abuse. It's romanticized in movies and TV shows. Victims aren't recognized as victims. It's gross. Using a phone while driving. Pseudoscience. Making it okay for people to die because a company can't find a way to make it profitable. People who come up with plans then don't follow through with them without a little common courtesy. The attitude "my feelings are your problem," especially when combined with "I don't have to consider your feelings at all because you're one of them." Sexual abusers. I dated my ex for 6 years before he casually told me his uncle molested his cousins when they were younger. Like, you let me be chill with this man for 6 years before telling me this, and everyone just sorta accepts it. It didn't help that everyone also thought my ex's dad was creepy as his comments about women, but my ex never did anything about it. Not the away from that family. Virgin shaming. It hurts really bad sometimes. I've been having a tough time with it lately, and I just feel so ashamed for being one. Driving high. Crazy how many people think it's fine to drive stoned. I know it's not as dangerous as driving drunk, there are studies on this, but it's still an idiotic, irresponsible and selfish thing to do. Canceling people. Cancel culture has a place, such as with dangerous people who otherwise think themselves untouchable. But come on, people need to not be dragged through the mud for something that's been blown out of proportion. Men being treated like they aren't allowed to have feelings. Cheating on your partner. I'm not sure if it's just my city or what, but it seems so common here. Toxic mind games in relationships and dating. Elder abuse and neglect. The Kardashians. Women objectifying, creeping on men or threatening violence against them like it's a joke. It's not funny, it's not quirky, it's just hypocritical and creepy. I had a former friend who used to tell her boyfriend if he ever left her she'd burn his house down, and it always got laughed off by others. But Lord knows if a man said that to his girlfriend, people wouldn't be laughing as much. Abuse is abuse, no matter who it's committed against. Disregard for facts and thorough thought process. It may just be my own preferences showing, but I'd like us all to be more against reality TV. Shows like Love Island, Paradise Hotel and That Jersey Show. They feed the consumer drama. I see no intellectual content whatsoever. I'm not saying every TV program has to be a documentary about the Neolithic or the behavior of apes narrated by David Attenborough, but I would like programs of that nature to be ranked above the empty-minded reality shows. I don't know if there's some nuance I'm not seeing with these shows. It just seems like sexy dumb people getting drunk, sunbathing, yelling and politicians that have so much power, they can literally get away with treason and subverting the Constitution. Opinion being valued over fact. People who are late, either on purpose or without regard for others. Improper use of capital letters in sentences. People who get on an elevator before others have had a chance to get off. Jumping to conclusions. Not vaccinating your kids. That's just abuse. Not using turn signals. Not washing your hands after using the bathroom. Even worse. Just barely putting your hand singular under the tap after using the bathroom. You only do that because you're ashamed of the fact that you didn't wash and you want other people to think you did. It just makes it easier for your germs to spread. You gross people who tell men to man up. Drunk driving. It takes like 4 DUIs in my state before it's a felony. Obesity. And I'm obese. Not judging. Just stop trying to convince me that my lack of self-control is healthy, beautiful, or acceptable. Obesity shouldn't be accepted as healthy body image, but making you feel like shit about yourself isn't a solution either. Being happy with yourself should be the motivation to get healthy. Bad parenting and getting children when the conditions the children have to live in would clearly be bad. It's way easier to mess up a young brain than many seem to realize. Assholes. When they cut the line in a queue or act in a screwed up way towards cashier at a coffee shop, grocery store, or drive like a maniac. Most people, at least in my country, let the assholes do whatever they want. Don't accept that. Especially when they are outnumbered. Tell them to behave or f off. The stricter we are towards them, the lesser they act as if they own the place. Make your own and other lives better by standing up at times against unacceptable behavior. Super bright headlights. Making a lot of kids you can't afford and making their lives miserable. Blindly following the popular opinion. People don't think for themselves nearly as much as they should. There is no harm in taking a minute to research the accuracy of something before stating your opinion on it. Paying to park at your place of employment. I work in a hospital and I have to pay $60 a pay period just to come to work. What kind of shit is that? Men abandoning their children and continuing to live their lives as if nothing happened. Yet it's the single mothers that get all the judgment, when they're the ones doing all the hard work.